What's this I'm hearing about you thinking you can come with us on our family holiday? You really are the most brazen, presumptuous person I've ever met. Is there no limit to your arrogance? If you were someone who understood what it's like as a mother to have your son stolen from you by his toxic wife, at least you'd know your place and not make such ridiculous assumptions when your presence at our family vacation is clearly unwelcome. Wow. Good evening to you too, Gina. I know you hate the fact I'm your daughter-in-law, but was there really any need for all of that? I don't mean to be rude, but I'm pretty sure I already told you this several times. I was the one who planned this vacation in the first place. Initially, it was just supposed to be me and Tony going. But then he suddenly announces that you decided you're coming with us. I'd understand if you guys had planned it for yourselves from the get-go, but how has it come to me being banned from coming on my own vacation? Isn't this a little unreasonable? If I'm totally honest with you, I don't understand at all. You know, I did think you'd be intelligent, what with being a Princeton graduate and all. How wrong I was. Imagine my surprise when I realized you had the social skills and understanding of the nuances of social interaction as a sack of potatoes. This is a textbook case of what's known as not being able to read between the lines. You're my daughter-in-law, Lily. Now, my son has a sacred duty and obligation to provide me with opportunities to relax and let my hair down, and you have an obligation to let him. I've never met someone so darn selfish and obsessed with getting their own way. How about you start considering the feelings of others for once in your life? You really are the biggest good-for-nothing waste of space I've ever had the displeasure of meeting. What are you even talking about? Sure, one of us has poor social skills, but I'm pretty sure it isn't me. I had no choice but to reluctantly accept you coming with us on what was supposed to be our vacation as a couple. I planned and arranged literally everything, from the taxi to the airport to the flights to the hotel to the activities. Where do you get off on acting like this? What on earth are you talking about, you misguided little imbecile? My lovely, amazing son arranged and paid for everything you just listed. You know, it's actually worrying how brazenly you're capable of lying. You didn't do a single thing, so quit trying to take the credit for Tony's hard work. Why did I have to get stuck with a daughter-in-law like you? I must be the unluckiest woman in the world. You really are the most disingenuous, unscrupulous, lazy woman I've ever known. Are you at least aware of what a piece of crap you are? You can abuse me all you like, Gina, but it's not going to change the fact that I was the one who took care of planning and arranging this vacation. You have everything backwards. After Tony saw the schedule I'd planned out on the kitchen table, he took it upon himself to buy his and the rest of your family's plane tickets without consulting me first. Then he casually strolls past me to the fridge to get another beer and says, "Hey, babe, I got the tickets. I'm leaving the rest to you." The big oaf didn't even get the refundable tickets, so I had no choice but to either cancel and lose the money or begrudgingly accept it. It's obvious my Tony only bought those tickets because you didn't keep him in the loop. Don't you know marriage is all about communication? If you wanted to do things your way, how about getting your husband's permission first? This is what you get for not knowing your place. I mean, really, who do you think you are? A woman going off and planning a full vacation all on her own behind her husband's back? Oh, thanks to Tony's quick thinking and impeccable judgment, he was able to salvage the situation when he realized what you were up to. I heard he even bought your ticket, too. Can you believe how kind he is? You really are the laziest good-for-nothing I've ever had the misfortune of knowing. What, am I supposed to thank him for booking the tickets behind my back? You say marriage is about communication. Doesn't that apply to Tony, too? I was planning on booking everything myself. And I didn't do anything behind his back, actually. It was after I confirmed the plans with him that he bought the tickets without saying anything. Without saying anything, you say? You know, dear, you really are something else. Have you ever heard the word gratitude? How about you say thank you, you ungrateful witch? Goodness me, of the billions of women in the world, why did my poor son have to marry you? Okay, Gina, I get it. You hate me. And yes, without saying anything, I was so confused you wouldn't believe. You know what? I wasn't going to say this, but if this is your attitude, you're going to cover the costs for the entire family's tickets. Oh, you weren't going to say it, huh? Well, it's funny, because Tony already told me that's what I'll be doing. That's not all. He said I have to pay for everyone's meals and activities when we get there, too. I can assure you we'll be talking all these matters through very soon, but I'm not sure Tony will find what I have to say very agreeable. Well, there's no need for you to talk anything through, dear. This is already decided. All of it. It's only natural we feel obliged to make you pay for everything after what you tried to do. I mean, really, who plans an entire vacation for themselves behind their husband and his family's back? You scheming little... It's time you did some serious self-reflecting and realized you can't continue going through life acting so selfishly. Nope, no way, that's my line, Gina. Whatever, I don't care anymore. I'm leaving the vacation to you guys now. Oh, that reminds me. I almost forgot to tell you, it's about the day before we leave. Tony will be coming to my house to spend some quality time with me and the rest of the family. Yes, you heard me right. Family. That means you're not welcome, so I suggest you find your own way of getting to the airport on your own. Right. Okay, I see. I take it you and Tony have already decided on that? Of course we have, you silly girl. Yeah, I thought so. All right. Hello, sweetie. Guess what? We're about to leave. The plane's about to take off, so something tells me you won't be able to message us before long. This is what you get for failing to fulfill your duties to this family as my daughter-in-law. Please use this as an opportunity to self-reflect on your despicable conduct. Huh? What are you talking about? How can the plane be about to take off when you said we were all supposed to meet at the airport at 10:30 p.m.? What's going on? Oh dear, how embarrassing. You really do have the IQ of a chicken, don't you? The takeoff was at 10:30 p.m., you dummy. Oh my God, this is hilarious. Did you really come to the airport all on your own? Oh, stop it, my sides hurt. What a shame. I don't know how to tell you this, dear, but it's about your plane ticket. The truth is, we never booked it in the first place. Huh? Wait, what? Hang on a sec. Do you mean you never had any intention to let me come on vacation with you to begin with? Bingo! Maybe you're not as stupid as you look. How does it feel to be left all alone at the airport without $1 to your name? You're not coming on our family vacation with us, so how about you sleep in a garbage can instead? Understood loud and clear. My God, I had no idea you and your family were capable of sinking this low. It serves you right. I shouldn't have to say this, but you were the one being out of line in the first place. You forced our hand, and look where it got you. How did I act out of line? It was your son who bought the tickets behind my back, and look at where his decision led, to me being forced out of my own vacation. I wanted to finalize the arrangements for everything after talking it through with him. Tony was the one who made this whole situation turn into a big, chaotic mess. This is why I always did my best to encourage my boy to stay away from possessive, jealous types. I knew it. My suspicions were right all along. You two are an awful match for one another. How about you use this as an opportunity to consider divorce? Something tells me it would be in both of your interests to go your separate ways. Yeah, you're right. I do have some serious thinking to do. Anyway, please, Gina, don't let me take up any more of your precious family time. I hope you enjoy your vacation with no regrets. Hey, what in heaven's name is going on here? Hello? You need to reply to me this instant, young lady. What the hell is going on with the exorbitant prices they're trying to charge us at this hotel? What's this crap about them not being able to let us stay here cheaply unless you're here with us? I don't understand. This is 30 frickin' times more expensive than it was supposed to be. Oh, God damn it. You need to answer the phone right now. Reply to my messages. What the hell do you think you're playing at, young lady? Explain this instant. God damn you, you worthless, good-for-nothing piece of low-life crap. Wow, what is with all the notifications? 27 missed calls? Have you lost your mind, Gina? It would appear somebody's in quite the panic. But really, what time did you think it was? Why'd you bother wasting that much time trying to get through to me when I was obviously going to be asleep is beyond me. My phone goes on silent every night at bedtime. Sorry, honey. Oh, finally you replied. Are you being serious? You were relaxing in bed? You were asleep in bed while me and my family had to sleep on the streets after being told staying at the hotel you arranged was going to cost us half of my life savings? You need to explain what the hell is going on right now. Which part don't you understand? I booked that hotel under my title as Global Sales Manager of Globex International. My company is a special VIP contract with a few luxury hotel chains whereby employees get to stay at a huge discount and get a bunch of extra perks for free. Why would you be eligible for it without me there? Are you completely lacking in basic reasoning skills? Oh, and they were obviously going to charge you a cancellation fee after I canceled the booking. I'm not surprised your bill came to 30 times the fee I was going to pay. That place costs an arm and a leg without the discount. What did you just say? You canceled the booking? Me being there was a condition of you being eligible for the discount in the first place. When I called them up and explained how I'd been left on my own in the airport, they were very understanding and dealt with my claim with utmost professionality. They said I wouldn't incur any fees because they'd charge you guys for the same-day cancellation once you showed up. Can you believe what a huge help they were? I am so grateful. Why the hell would you do this? Anyway, what did you just say? You're the global sales manager at Globex International? Huh? Didn't you hear? Oh, come to think of it, Tony probably wouldn't speak about that kind of thing with you, would he? He always was terribly embarrassed about being married to a woman who makes more money than him. I guess I'm not surprised to hear he'd rather lie to his mom than take the hit to his pride. He's always had a talent for covering up his insecurities with lies and dishonesty. If anything, I would have been more surprised if he told you the truth. Oh my God, really? I didn't know you were a Princeton graduate, but Tony told me you worked as a burger flipper at McDonald's. He said you hardly made any money and that he was more or less completely providing for you. He said he was the breadwinner. Sorry, Gina, I don't really know how to break this to you, so I'll just come out and say it. It would appear your precious son has been lying to you about virtually everything. Of course, he's free to tell his mom whatever he wants, and ultimately, it's no longer my problem. But all the lies in the world won't fix his deep and fundamental insecurities. Welcome to reality. Is it sinking in yet? You've got some nerve to set us up like that at the hotel and then blame it on my son. Not only that, but you didn't even respond to my messages when I was clearly in desperate need of help. I'm your mother-in-law, you black-hearted little witch. We had to sleep on the goddamn streets because of you. Oh, really? You did? Sorry, but that's your fault for not being able to pay the bill. This is what you get for leaving the entire vacation arrangements to me. You were so sure you were going to be able to show up at the last minute and enjoy the fruits of my labor without any of you paying a single cent, didn't you? How was your night on the streets? Was it cold? Uncomfortable? You'll be pleased to know I spent the night in a warm, fluffy bed. I just enjoyed the most luxurious breakfast buffet I've ever had in my life. It feels so great to finally be able to enjoy the solo vacation I've been wanting to go on for so long. Thank God you guys left me behind at the airport. Can you imagine how much it would have sucked for me to get dragged along with a bunch of losers and social misfits like you guys? What did you just say to me, young lady? I'll have you know. Hold on a second. What? You're on a solo vacation? But I thought you went home after we left you at the airport. Sorry, honey. Nope. You see, I have a few connections at the airline from my time at Princeton. When I told them how awfully I'd been treated, they pulled some strings and called in some favors. And before I knew it, I was being set up with a stay at one of their luxurious 5-star partner hotels, totally free, of course. You know, it's the weirdest thing. I'd actually been wanting to stay at this hotel for months. Isn't life strange sometimes? This is great. I think I might actually be in paradise. What the hell? You're staying in a luxury 5-star hotel while we're all out here suffering because you backstabbed us? I'll never forgive you for this. You just wait until I get home. You're in for the surprise of a lifetime, you scheming little traitor. Oh, don't worry. I won't forget how you treated me either. I'm divorcing Tony just like you wanted me to. You don't have to worry yourselves with the divorce proceedings either. Allow me to take care of everything. That way I can be sure you don't try to pull anything to move the final agreement in Tony's favor. Yes, you had better damn well divorce him. I never want to see your disgusting face again for as long as I live. Hurry up and divorce so that you can get the hell out of our lives as soon as possible. Got it.
Hey, Lily, what the crap are you doing? You need to cut this out right now. Do you have any idea how badly you screwed us over? Not only that, but you're out there living at large at a goddamn 5-star hotel while we sleep out on the streets like dogs. If you think I'll ever forgive you for this, you got another thing coming.
Why would I need your forgiveness? I didn't do anything wrong. This is the natural and predictable result of you guys acting like a bunch of grade A morons. I don't need your forgiveness, and I don't want it either.
Oh my God, don't you feel bad for what you've done to us? You ruined our family vacation, and you think it's funny? You're sick in the head. God, you're even more of a heartless scumbag than I thought you were. You're nothing but a worn-out, malicious old hag. If not for being intelligent, you'd have no redeeming qualities whatsoever. You should be grateful I was kind enough to marry you, and this is how you repay me? Oh, this cannot be happening.
If my only redeeming quality is my intelligence, what's yours? You're not handsome, you're definitely not tall, and your salary is average at best. You're as mediocre and unimpressive as they come, sweetie. Somehow you seem to think being a man automatically makes you better than me. You've done nothing but take advantage of my kindness and treat me like your own personal ATM ever since we got married. But you made a fatal mistake. You mistook my silence for acceptance. Do you even have any conception of how selfish and arrogant you've been?
What did you just say? I'm arrogant? You're the one who told me you wanted to go on vacation without even asking my permission first. You think my mom being angry with you for not knowing your place gives you the right to screw us over like this? Huh, just you wait. I swear you won't get away with this. Me and you are getting a divorce.
Sure, that sounds fantastic. How convenient. It looks like the signed divorce papers you handed me during your raging tantrum when I tried discussing the vacation with you are going to come in handy. I'll have them handed into the county clerk's office before you can say hotel bill.
Do whatever you want. I don't care. It's time for the Pharaoh Cave Beast I was dumb enough to marry to finally be released back into the wild. Good riddance. You'll never find anyone desperate enough to marry you again after you lose me. I hope you understand that, you worn-out hag.
Don't worry, Tony. I'm perfectly capable of making my own money and providing for myself. Contrary to your assumptions about me, I don't need a man in my life to give my existence meaning. Anyway, how about you worry about yourself instead of what the future holds in store for me? You said it yourself. My only redeeming quality is my intelligence, right? You do well to not underestimate what I'm capable of.
You watch your attitude, bitch. Don't get carried away just 'cause you got some petty revenge on us. Once I toss you by the wayside, you're done, finished. The moment I walk out of your life, it's as good as over.
The only one whose life is over is yours. If I were you, I'd get some sleep to rest up that pea brain of yours in preparation for the turmoil that awaits you. Lord knows you must be even more sleep-deprived than usual. Who knows, maybe when you wake up, the abject hopelessness of your situation will have sunk in. I'm not holding my breath, though. You always were good at deceiving yourself to protect that fragile ego of yours. Lily, where did you go? All of your belongings are gone from the house. What the hell did you go and do? Answer the phone. Explain yourself at once. My poor son's overcome with hopelessness and despair. He's a shivering wreck, a shadow of his former self. Have you any idea what you've done to him? Good grief, you guys really are the most irritating jerks I've ever known. Do I need to remind you Tony and I are already divorced, thus officially making us strangers? Geez, with the rate you message me, you'd think I was your boyfriend or something. Will you at least stop spam calling me? I'd rather not pick up my phone to find 56 notifications, thanks. Do you think I have no life of my own? I have better things to do than be your therapist. Quit screwing me around and answer my questions, Missy! You owe me an explanation right now! The house is completely empty. Why is your stuff gone? Tell me! What the hell do you think you're playing at? I want answers and I won't stop messaging until I get them. How is it not obvious? You know me and Tony are divorced. Did you also know that after divorces, people also generally stop living together? Did you know that when people stop living together, they generally take their stuff with them? There you go. I explained it to you like you're 5. Do you understand yet? Oh, and one more thing. I sold the house. I was so amazed by how many interested buyers there were, it practically flew off the market. Unless it isn't obvious, that means you guys will have to find somewhere else to live. All right, well, I think that's everything. Good luck. I said do not screw me around, bitch! You have no right to do any of this. No right! Why would you sell the house? How could you be so irresponsible? Didn't I already tell you this? I told you I'd be taking care of everything with the house and the divorce, so you couldn't pull any underhanded tricks that came to bite me in the ass later on. I'm already done moving house and am currently enjoying settling into my new place. The divorce is over and done with, and I no longer have anything to do with you or your son. God damn it! Why would you go and sell the house without even asking us about it first? Oh, you can get your ass here right now so we can have this out in person. I want everything you took brought back here and returned to its rightful place. What gives you the right to bark orders at me like this? I bought that house in my name with my money, so it was up to me to decide what I did with it. If you don't like it, how about you run crying to Tony, your oh-so-amazing son, who's so super amazing and brilliant and can do no wrong? I'm sure he can afford a brand new house for you. Whether Tony can help me or not is besides the point. The point is that you sold our house behind our backs. You're deluded if you think we'll let you get away with this. Your days are numbered, woman. You keep accusing me of doing things behind your back as if communication is so important to you, but whose selfishness led to the breakdown of our marriage in the first place? That's right, your son, the magnificent Tony. You're both delusional if you thought I was just going to keep my mouth shut and put up with your crap. It's about time you realized whose house you were living in this whole time. Also, I never forgot how you invited yourself to live with me and Tony without so much as a word of warning and without my agreement. You should be grateful I was kind and stupid enough to overlook it for as long as I did. Oh, by the way, I gathered up everything that wasn't mine and left it in the garbage disposal area. If you're quick, you might still be able to salvage some of it, so feel free to go rummage through the trash and stop bothering me anytime now. Oh my God, why would you do this to us? You're the one who said you never wanted to see my disgusting face again for as long as you live. Do you remember that? I'm just giving you what you want. Anyone would think you'd be pleased. I did go out of my way to completely empty the place out after all. You think you're so clever, don't you? You think you have all the answers, don't you? Well, answer me this. Where am I supposed to live now? Even if, for the sake of argument, I accept you were within your rights, legally speaking, to sell the house, where do you get off on leaving me and my son hanging out to dry? Geez, Gina, how naive can you be? Do I look like a charity to you? Why would I go out of my way to help you guys after you treated me like a piece of dirt on your shoe for so long? I mean, really, do you want me to wipe your butts or something? It's time to grow up and take responsibility for yourselves. It's kinda tragic to think a pair of fully grown adults aren't even capable of finding a place to sleep by themselves. What did you just say to me? I can't believe this. We came home early from what should have been a relaxing vacation to find our house had been sold. We're homeless because of you, Lily. Do you understand that? Do you even understand the gravity of what you've done? This isn't the behavior of a sane individual. You should see a shrink. You took the words right out of my mouth. I know you won't listen to me, but I genuinely think some mental health counseling could do you a lot of good. You banned me from coming on my own vacation by leaving me on my own at the airport. You attack, criticize, and blame me while completely ignoring all the disgusting things you did yourself and acting like some poor helpless victim. On top of that, you've even somehow erased all awareness of the fact that I was the only person keeping a roof over your head these last 2 years. How dare you speak to your mother-in-law like this, you impertinent little brat! It's a woman's sworn duty to do as her man says at all times, no questions asked. If that's what you think, it looks like this whole situation is a win for us both. Think about it. By divorcing Tony, I get rid of a lazy, arrogant, domineering jerk, and you got rid of an impertinent daughter-in-law. Even better, now you can begin the search for another poor woman to marry Tony who'll be a better fit for your Stone Age ideals without me getting in your way. Isn't this the perfect ending for everyone? Personally, I think Tony's girlfriend would make a great candidate for his new wife. Huh? Tony's girlfriend? What do you mean? Oopsie. Didn't you know Tony has a girlfriend? You know, the girl he's been keeping a secret from me and sleeping with behind my back for the last year? Huh? No way. Oh, this can't be real. Anyway, if he was really hiding it from you, how would you know? I thought something fishy was going on when he started going on vacation way more than usual. Then I had my light bulb moment of, oh, he's probably screwing someone behind my back, and hired a private investigator. He must have thought I wouldn't notice, because apparently they weren't making much of an effort to be inconspicuous. Within 2 days, the investigator had mountains of evidence. A private investigator? You had such little trust in my son, you hired a private investigator? Oh, you're despicable. How am I the despicable one when it turned out that he was actually cheating on me? I honestly don't understand your logic. Is there something wrong with noticing my husband was acting weird and wanting to know why? I didn't think I'd get the truth out of him even if I confronted him, so why shouldn't I have hired someone? How unfortunate! You should be ashamed for not trusting my son. The only one in the wrong here is you. Why are you even bothering telling me any of this? I literally could not care less about what you think at this point. Oh, would you mind passing on a little message to the wonderful, faultless Tony for me? I'll be charging him and his lover a ton in compensation. Huh? Wait, what? What's so surprising? He cheated on me while we were married, and I have mountains of evidence to prove it in court. Do you know how much it stings to find out your husband is having an affair behind your back? You're deluded if you think I'd let him get away with that. I don't know what his reasons for staying were, but in any case, there's no justification for lies. I fully intend to pursue my legal right to settle the matter in court and collect my compensation. No, wait, don't do it. Okay, you win, Lily. I'll apologize, okay? Just don't take Tony to court. Listen, I admit it. You make a strong case. There's a possibility he might have done something wrong this time. Oh, but still, is there really any need to go and make such a big deal over it? I mean, court, really? Judges have better things to do, you know. Compensation is going too far. But screwing another woman behind my back isn't? Your mind works in the most mysterious ways. I don't have any intention of talking any of this through directly with you guys, so if you insist on persisting with your incessant whining, you can take it to my lawyer. Sure, maybe you did lose your house, your money, and your daughter-in-law in one fell swoop, but I think plunging to the depths of hell together is a fitting end for the mother and son who got too big for their boots. I'm not sure if it was because my ex-mother-in-law and husband realized they were set to lose everything, but they desperately pleaded with me to give them a chance to meet them in person so they could get down on their knees and beg for forgiveness. But receiving an apology wouldn't even make the tiniest dent in my resolve. I'm not going to forgive them, and that's final. So, naturally, I declined their offer. Apparently, Gina burst into tears and screamed, "But I don't want to be homeless," so loud that legend has it her wails could be heard 5 blocks away. Unfortunately for her, they're not my problem anymore, so I literally couldn't care any less if I tried. As for me, after finally earning back my freedom, I'm going to focus on my job for the time being to keep me occupied as I adjust to a newly single life. I already make a lot of money, so it's not like I needed the compensation from Tony and his lover, but I'm not gonna lie, I love the fact that they're both legally obliged to pay me despite them having almost no money. Thanks for watching, folks. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to prove what a boss you are by liking and subscribing. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We can't wait to see you again next time.
Hey, old hag, there isn't anything to eat right now. Why does someone who is only smart enough to do chores not even have the chores done today? At least do what you were born to do, please. What? Violet, you were coming back home today? I'm sorry, but today I'm at work. I won't be home from work until later tonight, so I made sure to tell your father to make up something for dinner. I don't care about that. Well, recently you haven't been coming home that often, so if you're going to do so, please text me and let me know first. I'm pretty busy with work now, and there are times when I can't come home early. I told Dad that I was going to come home today, but I'm pretty sure that the two of you haven't been communicating all too well recently between one another. So it's not impossible that he never told you, and that's why you didn't know. But as a wife and mom, you should always be managing things like dinner, right? That's why you're being called a failure as a mother and a failure as a wife now. Are you sure you have to say those kinds of things about me? I have been trying my best to be a good mother to you and a great wife to my husband. And even right now, I'm taking care of you, right? Well, there hasn't been a single moment where I've thought that you've been doing a good job caring for me, though. A pile of crap like you could at the very least get all your chores done like you've been asked. If you don't, you're most likely going to be thrown aside by Dad as he finds someone else. Violet, don't you think you could at least be a bit more kind to me and treat me with some respect from time to time? And you should be more careful of the things you say about others. You're in college now, which means something like that should be noticeable to you, correct? Huh? You're going to preach to me like you're someone special now? There is nothing that's going to make me want to listen to your preaching when you can't even do your one and only job of cleaning and cooking. How about you start working on changing your own self around before asking me to? I guess you're getting too old now for anything I have to say to you to mean anything. But to be honest, you've always been this way around me. Always. I think soon here the family should take some time to all sit down together and talk some things out. How does that sound? Sounds like a pain in the ass to me. Well, whatever. Today I'll just go out for dinner. I'm going to make you pay me back for that later, okay? Please and thank you. Violet, are you even listening to me right now? Violet! Do you think you could make some time to sit down with Violet and I so we can all have a little chat? I'm a bit concerned about the way Violet has been talking to me in an even more condescending tone lately. I feel that if we don't talk with her about that and have her change that attitude, she's going to have a rough future ahead.
She has every right to be talking down to you in a tone like that, though. There's nothing special about you because all you are is a pile of trash.
And I think the reason she talks to me like that is because she's gotten that poor attitude from you, Ralph. Could you at least only talk to me like that when we're alone and not around her?
Well, I'm not saying anything wrong, am I? When all of this is your fault, stop trying to make it sound like mine. Such a freaking idiot.
Hold on, are you even listening to me?
Talking with someone like you is only a waste of my time. Even though you're hated by both myself and Violet, you still choose to live in the same house as us, huh? I would never be able to put up with all of this crap every day. You must be pretty strong with that thick skull of yours, you dumbass.
Ralph, would you please cut all of that out and talk to me like I'm your wife? I'm seriously getting to my last nerve here, and I don't want you guys both crawling all over it. If you guys aren't going to join me for a little family meeting, then I'm going to take matters into my own hands.
Duh, what a pain. Just having to go out and see you in person and listen to your voice is a pain for me. If you get what I mean, then how about you start to earn some real money for us? Bye-bye now, and stop sending me all these needless texts all the time. I'm a very busy man that doesn't have the time to be talking with you.
You shouldn't even be saying things like that to your own wife. But I get it now. I finally understand your way of thinking well enough to make my own decision now. Hey, it seems like the lock on the front door is broken or something. I can't let myself inside the house right now. What should I be doing here, Ralph? Are you on your way home from work right now?
I went and changed the lock on the house.
What? What do you mean you went and changed the lock? Why would you do something like that?
I had a nice long chat with Violet the other night, and we came to the conclusion that neither of us really need you around us anymore.
Excuse me? You don't need me around you guys anymore. What are you trying to say to me right now? I have no clue what you think you're going on about right now, but what made you think changing the lock on this house was a good idea without informing me about it?
We had a reason to, and that's to make sure you can no longer come into the house anymore. In other words, we're telling you to get lost by doing it. There's no place for you in that house anymore. Thanks for all the half-assed work you did taking care of us. And the loan on the place has lasted for 20 years now, right? Which means it should be pretty much paid off by now.
So you're really wanting to kick me out of the house and family now, Ralph? And that's why you went and changed the lock on me like this? And you said that Violet was 100% okay with this happening?
Actually, it was her that came up with the idea of having you kicked out.
Is that right? So this was all her plan?
That just goes to show how much the girl has always hated your guts. It's been 20 years now of her and I both hating you, and I'd really like you to start realizing that, please. All the locks on the house have been changed, so don't you dare ever come back to my place.
I see. I'll try my best not to. And as for you both, good luck.
You're the one that's gonna need all the luck you can get now. Your usefulness has been all used up now. In other words, we have nothing else we could possibly need you around us for. So sorry for squeezing you dry. Now get the hell off my property and go someplace else.
Understood. I'm going to get lost as you've asked. But I still have some things to do with the loan on this house, as well as grab all my things from the room so that I don't have to lose them all to you. So do you mind me climbing in through one of the windows? Seems like the one closest to Violet's bedroom wasn't locked, so I'm able to get it open still.
What? Was there even a window over by your bedroom?
After 20 years of living in this house, you don't have any recollection of this window? Well, no matter. I'm going to grab all my things now and take them out here. And like you've seemed to have been wanting, we're going to get a divorce, so don't worry. I'll make sure to have a truck over tomorrow to grab the rest of my things. I'll be working on the divorce papers for us, as well as the loan papers for the house, so that you may take over on paying things off. Can you make sure to fill out all of your parts for me, please?
You're gonna be all annoying about this crap all the way to the very end, huh?
Well, if we don't do all of these things the proper way, then I'm not going to be leaving this house, Ralph. And you wouldn't want to have to get back in touch with one another later on in life, right? I mean, we could always hire lawyers at that point to work things out with one another, so I guess it wouldn't matter. But that would just be a waste of our money, correct?
Huh? Get a lawyer? You'd think I'd want to do something even more annoying than what we're already having to do? I get it already. I'll make sure to fill out all my parts on those documents and sign them. Make sure you have them ready for me and on the counter for when I get home. And if you don't do that for me, then I'm not gonna fill out jack.
You people always have to carry things out with that attitude until the very end, don't you? I promise that I'll have everything set out for you in a way that's easy for you to understand. So please, make sure to fill everything out the proper way for me. Now, I'm going to get to work on leaving this place. I'm sure things are going to be a bit more difficult from now on, but just try your best not to sink.
Hey, what happened to you paying off this loan? I just got a letter in the mail saying that this month's payment still hasn't been done. Why's that?
Excuse me? Why are you asking me why it hasn't been paid yet? That's your own house, and it's your job as the owner to make sure that the loan gets paid off on time, right? Stop trying to make me pay for your property, bud. So go ahead and pay this month's payment before it's too late and you get hit hard.
What? What the hell are you talking about? Does that mean you're not going to be paying for this place anymore? And was there really this much of the loan left to be paid off before you left? Didn't you work on paying it off for the past 20 years?
What's that? That loan is going to be paid off over the next 40 years, Ralph.
What? So this loan was taken out for 40 years? Then you're telling me there's another 20 years left to go? How much am I going to have to pay every month? You think I'm going to be able to pay off this house for another 20 years?
When you and I were getting divorced, I made sure you had a look at all of the documents that pertain to the loan on that house. You then went and signed everything, transferring the name on that house from mine to yours, right?
And actually, the whole time you and Violet had been persecuting me, I'd been the one paying off that loan so we could live there. Since I was able to do that for 20 years, don't you think you can do the other 20? Or is that not going to be possible with your income?
Hold on a minute. Does this mean I'm gonna have to pay for things like the water and gas to the house? That's why there are so many bills coming in the mail addressed to me right now. What the hell is this? You should be the one paying for all these things, right?
Would you stop acting like a goddamn spoiled child already?
What?
You and I are divorced now. So why the hell should I have to pay for you and Violet to live in a house that isn't even mine anymore? Both the loan on that house and all of the bills are meant to be paid by you now, of course. And if you're not able to pay those things now, then how about you go and talk with Violet about it and have her start helping you pay? And if that's going to be impossible for the two of you, then it's time to think about moving out of that place and into a new house, right? But let's be real here, all of those things have nothing to do with me, so could you please stop talking to me about them? I want you to learn right now that you contacting me about any of those things won't fix them for you, so leave me alone.
But I don't make a whole lot of money. The whole reason you were paying for everything is because you make more than me, right? And I really had no clue there would still be another 20 years left of this loan after kicking you out. I can't pay all of this.
Is that so? Then why not leave?
What did you just say? And where would we go to live next? Stop saying things that make it sound like you have nothing to do with this.
What would you like me to say to you then? I have nothing left at all that I care to say to someone like you, Ralph.
That's it. You left me with Violet in the divorce, so you pay me her child support.
Her child support? Ralph, are you saying that to me seriously?
I sure am. You know that I'm serious about this. If I'm gonna have to be the one who has to care for her from now on all by myself, then naturally you should be paying me child support now, right? It's the parent's responsibility to pay something like child support for their child. Are you even her parent if you don't pay up? Well, even if you don't, then make sure you at least pay for this house and all the bills that come with it. You're her parent after all, so you have to at least be paying for something, right?
What is there for me to say about all of that? You're wanting me to pay child support for Violet, even though she's a 20-year-old college student now that's barely even home anymore. Okay.
Her age has nothing to do with it.
The thing is, though, it really does. Child support is something that is only paid until the child has turned 18. And as you and I should both be aware, she is 20 years old. She's an adult. There is nothing called adult support for her, right? And another thing. You just made it sound like I was the one that left her with you to take care of. But wasn't it the both of you that had that chat with one another to change all the locks on the house and have me kicked out of it? Tell me, how did I make you take her when I never had a choice in the first place?
This and that are two completely different things.
Oh, they are? Tell me what's so different, Ralph, As far as I'm aware, for the past 20 years, I've been the only one who's really cared for Violet. And I've been the one paying for all her needs as well, right? So I don't really understand what you were going on about just then when you said it's the parents' responsibility to pay for their child. Actually, I didn't even think you could understand something like that. I always thought you just expected me to pay for everything, for the both of your sorry little asses.
I just had you paying because, look, you were the one with a bigger salary, which made me think I shouldn't have to be the one forced to pay.
Is that right? Well then, now that I'm no longer your wife, you're going to have to take care of things, okay? For the past 25 years, I've been the one taking care of you with my income since you've been practically unemployed this whole time. I get that you love to talk about how you wanted to quit your job and find another, and then quit that one and find another. But when you do that over and over again, it really starts to piss me off. Because I felt that I'd have to be the one paying for you in the house for the rest of my life. But the funny thing about it all is as much as you love to talk about it with me, you never said a word about it to your own daughter. And as long as you look good to her, that's all that matters, right? And in order to keep her from believing anything I said to her about you, you started to tell her to not trust me and to call me names like you would. Then once you had felt as though you'd had enough of me, you used her hatred for me as a way to get me kicked out of the house and the family. Right?
If you're so upset about being kicked out, then you can come back here anytime.
Huh? Can you even read, Ralph? Have you been reading any of the things I just sent you there? I'm sorry, but I have no idea what's going on with you anymore. Why, after all the things I've said to you, would you think that I'd ever want to go back to that house?
Because that's what all of this is about. You're still upset about how Violet and I took over the house and kicked you out, right? Then forget about it. You can come back here. I'll make sure to talk with Violet about why you're coming back. So come back here and let's all get back together, all right? Then you can go back to paying for everything like you'd been doing before for us, like the loan and the bills.
Is this what people mean when they say it's too difficult to speak to animals? You seem to have never understood the English language then, huh? Well, that's too bad, really. I'm kind of sad seeing you struggle so much, try and comprehend even the most basic of things in English. If you just assumed that all of those things I was saying meant I was upset about being kicked out of that house, then you are very much wrong about that. I am tired of you guys. You both really did a number on me these past 20 years, and it's going to end here.
What do you mean you're tired of us? What did we ever do to you?
Well, it's primarily been you that's done all of those things to me and not Violet. Back when she was young, she was a very cute little girl to me. But after you went and brainwashed her, she turned into a real bitch. It's all because of the things you said to her about me that she started to think it was fine to hate her own mother.
Why is all of this my fault? I didn't have anything to do with her emotions. That's not even something I, as a man, can control.
Well, in some cases, that's true, actually. But now, especially, there is nothing you can do about the way she talks and acts. You were saying horrible things about me to her ever since she could understand what you were saying, all while I had been working my ass off to pay off all your debt and pay for our home and everything. I was so busy doing all those things for you guys, yet all you ever cared about was why I was never home doing the chores, and complained to me about our daughter in the worst ways possible. You have talked down to me like that all this time, Ralph, all while your daughter was there listening and learning from it. And that is why she now behaves the same way as you, talking down to me and treating me like I'm nothing at all. In the end, that led to her just outright hating me, all because you constantly drove into her mind that it was right to hate me. Well, going on about all of this now isn't going to really change anything, will it?
There was no helping that, though. That's all I ever had to say about you then. Had I not been complaining about you all the time in front of her, she might have started to ask about why I wasn't going to work every day. So I had to make her think that you were the problem, and that's what I did.
The choice you made doing all of that is crazy to me, though. Well, anyway, you and I are divorced from one another now, which means from now on, leave me out of your mess. Since that happens to be your house now, you do something with your own means to make it work.
How dare you not take responsibility for this?
How dare I? Hasn't it been you never taking any responsibility for anything but years and years now, bud? It was you that had me kicked out of the house with the help of your daughter, so figure out how to manage your mistake. Oh, that's right. Now that I have you here, I want to say that I am no longer paying for Violet's tuition and won't be giving her an allowance anymore either.
What? Her tuition? What are you talking about?
After all that talking about how you would make yourself look good in front of your own daughter, you don't seem to know anything about her at all, do you? Your daughter's going to college right now and has to pay a tuition to be there. And this next semester that she enters into, I am not going to be paying for it. By the end of this month, you're going to have to pay for her next semester, so good luck with that.
Wait, what? She has a tuition that needs to be paid? I never knew that she needed to pay to go to that school. That's something I'll have to pay for as well? What? But what's my reason for having to pay that? I don't even have any savings left, so how am I going to pay for that?
You're going to start yelling at me over that again? Are you angry at yourself because you're finally realizing all the things I had to put up with and pay for while you were both constantly patronizing me? Well, even if you finally come to understand things for how they've truly been, nothing is going to change. Now then, good luck paying for all of those things on your own. And make sure to work with your daughter from now on so she doesn't start to hate you next and have you kicked out of that house. Now, this is really my goodbye to you forever. Thank you for what little you gave up to me until now. But let's be honest, there's nothing at all I really need to thank you for.
Mom, what the hell is going on here? I heard about a lot of this from Dad, but you're not going to be paying for this house or for my tuition anymore? Do you call yourself a mother still after saying those things? Do you understand what it means to be my parent?
What's that? I'm afraid I don't understand a single word that just came out of your mouth there.
What? Mom?
Stop acting like my daughter only when it's to benefit you, Missy. And after all that time of talking to me like I was nothing more than a slave to you, and after realizing all of the things I'd been paying for the both of you guys without a single thank you, you're going to come and call yourself my daughter and act like all of this is my fault? This is why I told your father that I can no longer stand dealing with the both of you anymore. I am no longer a part of your family now, so consider me a stranger to you.
A stranger? If you're saying all of that, then what are Dad and I going to do?
You're an adult now, Violet. And I am well aware that the whole time you've been going to college, you've really only been going out to mess around with different men and play with your girlfriends. How about you get yourself a part-time job, at least if you're wanting to just waste time and help your dad with the bills? It's not like he's able to pay for the house or your tuition on his own, right? So really, all there is left for you to do is work.
But I'm only a college student still. For me to go and work now to make money? Stop behaving like a goddamn spoiled child like your father. I went through 20 years of putting all my time and money into making sure you were cared for, along with your father, and yet you never once thanked me for any of it and only grew to hate me more. I am not going to do that anymore, and I am thankful that you both kicked me out of the family. If you're still wanting to stay in school, then you make that happen yourself. Go ask your father for help there. That's it. Do you understand what I've just said? Well, even if you don't, I don't care. There is nothing else I can say that will help either one of you, so leave me. Good luck with that father of yours, and I hope you both don't end up homeless.
Well, I don't have high hopes for that, though, with a father like Ralph.
Mom, it's been a little while. Are you doing all right?
What is all of this about?
I dropped out of college, and I'm even working now, over 40 hours every week. All of those things you said to me before, I've finally come to understand now. And so I wanted to apologize to you.
Apologizing to me? Why would you want to?
I feel that the way I'd been treating you for so long now was not the way a daughter should treat their mother.
That's very true. For as long as I can remember, you've been a real bitch to me for no good reason.
I'm so sorry for that. I finally come to realize that I need to stop relying on others and work for myself now. Dad wasn't able to pay for anything, like you were saying. Not the house, not the bills, not for my tuition. I had to leave the house after he went and sold it one day without even talking to me first. I haven't seen him since then, and he never replies to any of my calls or texts. I've started to really think about who I was to him.
That man has always been that way, ever since I married him. He only wants to think about himself being the strong one and doesn't care about others.
I finally, although much too late, realized that it's because of you, having always taken care of me, that I've made it to where I am at now. I'm sure there's no easy way to forgive me or anything, but I've been thinking maybe you and I can become close to one another again.
Violet, I'm happy to hear that you've finally noticed all of those things. And hearing that you're doing all right on your own now makes me feel all joyful for you. I'm not going to be supporting you financially anymore, but if that's okay with you, then I'm fine talking to one another over the phone every once in a while.
I don't need any more of your money. I know that I have to support my own life now.
Then that means you really have grown up then, huh?
Mom, I'm so sorry for everything that I've done to you. From now on, is it all right if I keep calling you Mom like this again?
The thing is, Violet, I've always been your mother.
Therefore, it's all right for you to call me your mom. Now, the next time I have time to talk, let's call, okay? Now you take good care of yourself and try and stay happy, Violet. I know that the harder you fight and work, the better off you'll be down the road. So I'll talk to you soon. And thank you for finally understanding the things I had said to you. Violet seemed to be doing well on her own, having a job where she could work full-time and a small little apartment to stay in. And after a year had gone by of her being out of college, she was able to pay for school again and started to study some more until she had finally graduated. Then, after she was out of school with her degree, she was able to get into the company she had been aiming for, with no issues at all. When she had invited me to come all the way out to her graduation ceremony, I was in tears, thinking that she actually wanted her own mother to be there and see her. Right now, it's still unknown where my pile of garbage ex-husband ran off to, but I like to think things are millions of times better this way and don't care to ever find him. To both my daughter and I, he is the most unnecessary person we know, and are doing just fine without him. Being able to finally have my little girl back after close to 20 years of constant torture and having to fight with her has made me feel so blessed, and I can't wait to see what comes next for us as mother and daughter. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story. Hey, Connie. So you remember my son's birthday party is coming up soon, right? I've got a couple things that I'm gonna need to have you help me with. I'll message you later with the details. Oh, and one more thing. You've got the list of presents I wanted you to buy for him, right? I'm not saying you have to buy him all the things on the list, but it would be pretty awesome if you did. Anna, I'm really sorry, but I've got far too much on my plate to be thinking about the party. My daughter's condition suddenly took a turn for the worse. I just got a call from the hospital. They said they're moving her into the ICU. So I'll let you know once things calm down for us, okay? Oh, wow, really? Oh, that's a bummer. Okay, well, I get that you guys are going to be kind of busy with that stuff for a while. But be sure to message me as soon as you can, got it? I mean, no offense, but my son's birthday party has nothing to do with your daughter's condition, so don't forget about it. Right, I got it. I can't talk anymore right now. I have to go. I'll talk to you later. Connie, where are you right now? What do you think you're doing? Don't you dare tell me you forgot about my son's birthday party today. I was very clear that you need to help me with getting ready. Whatever you're doing, drop it and get over to my house right away. Anna, can we please not do this? You know that today is my daughter's funeral. I told you about that a bunch of times now. So I'm sorry, but I'm not going to be able to come to your son's party today. Tell him his Aunt Connie wished him a happy birthday for me, okay? I wasn't able to get a present ready for him in time, but don't worry, I'll get one to you as soon as I can. I know that you're not coming to the funeral today, but I would appreciate it if you could leave me to mourn my daughter. You have a terrible memory, don't you? I told you my son's birthday party has nothing to do with your daughter's condition. Unlike your daughter, my son is alive and well, and today is his birthday. Why would you waste any time crying over your dead daughter when you have a live nephew that you should be worried about? Excuse me? Anna, you cannot be serious. How could you even think of saying something like that to me? You're a mother too, aren't you? Yeah, I am a mother, and unlike some people around here, I have managed to keep mine from kicking the bucket. And my live son will always take priority over your dead daughter. I mean, why are you even having a funeral? Do you think if enough people cry about her death that she's gonna come back to life or something? Get real. It's your fault for not passing on better genes to her. I understand better than anyone else that nothing I say or do now is going to bring her back. And I would have given anything in the world for my daughter to have been born healthier than she was. I have lost so much sleep wondering if there was something that I did or ate while pregnant that could have caused this to happen. But I've already criticized myself enough. I don't need you adding even more fuel to the fire. Oh boy, here we go. Looks like someone needs to go and have a good cry again. Would you calm down already? I'm not trying to criticize you. All I'm trying to say is you've got two choices. You can spend today weeping over a dead kid, or you can spend it having fun and celebrating the birthday of a living kid. That's it. I'm over here trying desperately to get everything ready in time for the party, and I don't need your emotional turmoil to distract me. You're the one who contacted me demanding I help. You only ever think about yourself, Anna. Yeah, I don't want to hear that from you. I mean, it's a funeral. How long could it possibly take? An hour, tops? Don't tell me you're going to drag it out any longer than that. It's not like she lived to be 100 and has a bunch of life stories for people to talk about. Hurry up and say your eulogy, then head straight over here to help me get ready for the party. You are the single worst person I have ever met. Yeah, whatever. Hate me all you want. Just come to my house soon. Be sure to redo your makeup before you come, all right? I don't want the mascara running down your cheeks to ruin the mood. Oh, you don't want me to ruin the mood? Fine, I'm not coming at all. Get ready for your party by yourself and never contact me again. Good grief, Connie, grow up, will you? Fine, don't come to my son's party. I don't want you here anyway. I can't stand to be around self-absorbed and insensitive women. You know what, Anna? I feel exactly the same way. Hey, what gives? You said you're so depressed over your dead kid that you can't come to my son's party, right? Well, I guess you're not too depressed to go and whine to my family. I didn't whine to anyone. All I did was tell them the plain truth about what happened. It just so happens that you're the only person in your family with less common sense than a pile of cow manure. They were all willing to come to my daughter's funeral, even on such short notice. They also apologized to me for your behavior, since you obviously never will. God, you are such a buzzkill, you know that? You know full well that my family isn't as easygoing as yours. They always have to go and make a big deal about every little thing. You had to know they would have rushed over to your stupid funeral the moment they knew it was going on. I'll have you know that I am not the only one who's upset with you. My husband is probably even angrier than I am. Not only did you prioritize your son's birthday party over our daughter's funeral, you even tried to badger me into helping you on today of all days. Tell my brother he can go pound sand. I don't care one bit what he thinks about me. I'm busy enough as it is. I don't need him to get on my case too. That's it. I am done talking with you. I don't have time to play therapist right now. I have a ton to do. You're not gonna come. I got it. I'll just have to tell my poor son that his mean Aunt Connie doesn't care enough about him to come to his birthday party then. He's gonna be so disappointed in you. You are welcome to say whatever you want to whomever you want.
Hi, Connie. I just heard about what happened from your husband. I can't tell you enough how sorry I am for what my wife has been saying to you. I never in my wildest dreams would have thought she would be this inconsiderate. Ever since our son was born, it's like she's become a completely different person, though. Like, I don't know, does this happen to women? Is it like a hormonal thing or something? I hope I don't sound like I'm making excuses for her or anything, though.
It's all right, Cole. I know you mean well. And don't worry, there's nothing that you need to apologize for. I know how busy you are, especially the last few months. I mean, when was the last day you haven't had any overtime?
Hey, my work is my concern. You don't need to worry about me. I want you guys to just focus on each other right now. And I hate that my wife's nonsense is taking you away from that. I couldn't believe what your husband told me about Anna. How could she even think about having a party for our son at a time like this? I honestly have no idea what that woman is thinking anymore.
At any rate, it means a lot that you see things from my point of view. I have to say, though, Anna's behavior is extremely troubling. I'm worried about you and your son. I mean, if she's willing to act like that towards me, it must have been having a terrible impact on you. Not to mention the bad influence she must be having on your son. Oh, but I shouldn't be talking about her like this to you. She's your wife.
Actually, I've been feeling the same way lately. She's been doing and saying so many things that are way out of line. I've been putting up with it until now, but after this, yeah, I'm not putting up with it anymore. You can leave Anna to me. I'll take care of her. I have everything ready to teach her a lesson that she'll never forget.
You do? Well, it sounds like there's something going on that I don't know about. Would you mind telling me about it?
Gladly.
I hope you're happy with yourself, Connie. My husband just told me he's divorcing me. And it's all your fault. What did you say to him? My fault? Really, Anna? Don't blame me for the consequences of your own actions. I'm shocked that Cole's tolerated you as long as he did, frankly. He has every right to be angry at you. But you don't understand. It's not like I wanted to start seeing other men. Do you have any idea what it's like to be raising a child all by yourself every day of the week? I got lonely, that's all. If that were a legitimate reason to divorce someone, I'm pretty sure the divorce rate in this country would be something like 95%. I mean, fill me in on your thought process. I'm curious how you made the jump from I'm lonely while my husband is working to I have no choice but to sleep around behind his back. It would be one thing if he were going out drinking or something, but no, Cole was just working long hours every day to support you. And you're a full-time housewife. Isn't holding down the fort while the husband is away part of the job description? Not to mention he was firm with his company about not coming in on his days off so he could have time to spend with you and your son on weekends. I know, but still, holding down the fort isn't as easy as you make it sound. I am absolutely exhausted by the end of the day. Oh, I bet you are. You cook, clean, take care of your son, put him to bed, and then get everything ready for your boyfriend to come over. My understanding is that you're even leaving your son with your parents while you go see him. Maybe if you spent less time with your boyfriend, you wouldn't be so exhausted. Ever think about that? Stop making me out to be some kind of villain. I was lonely from being home alone all day, so I went out to have some fun. Alone? Well, I guess you don't see your son as a person then. That's not what I meant. Anyway, you met that guy on a dating app, didn't you? I'd say that makes it pretty clear what you were after. Seriously, Anna, I called you the worst person I've ever met, but I think that was being too generous to you. Shut up. None of this would have happened if it weren't for you, so you need to do something to make things right again. He is leaving me, Connie, and he says he's going to take our son with him. He has my son with him right now. He says he's not going to bring him back until later on tonight. Today is my son's birthday, and now I am here all alone in my house. No party, no guests, not even my son. Once again, this is not my fault. It is the obvious result of all the terrible things you did. Granted, all that I know is the information that Cole gave me by text a little while ago, so I don't know all the details. But from what he tells me, it sounds like he has some pretty solid evidence against you. If I were you, I think I would be lashing out at people less and begging for forgiveness more. So what am I supposed to do? Just sit back and accept the fact that my husband is walking out on me? There is no way I'm going to allow myself to lose my family over this. It's all your daughter's fault for dying. What? Are you really going to go there, Anna? I don't see how my daughter's death has any relation to your inability to keep your pants on. I'm not some kind of slut. Stop talking like I am. And anyway, aren't you forgetting something? My husband is planning to take my son and run off somewhere. You think he can take care of a toddler all by himself? Get it? There is no way he's going to divorce me. He spends most of the week at his office. He's not going to be able to work childcare into his schedule. And what about me? Let's say he divorces me, so what? All I need to do is get a job, which I'll have no trouble finding right away. Then I'll find the most eligible man in the company, work my magic on him, and get remarried. Then I can quit my job again and go back to living the easy life.
You seem confident about finding a new husband willing to support you.
Yeah, well, if you're beautiful like me, this sort of thing comes easy to you. Not that you'd know anything about that.
I'm impressed, Anna. Even when you're about to lose everything, you still don't miss any chance to throw a pot shot at me.
And you'd better get used to it. Because as long as you're married to my brother, I am still your sister-in-law. That means I'm going to be taking pot shots at you for the rest of your life.
What makes you think we're going to give you the opportunity? My husband and I have talked it over and we're both in agreement. What you've done to us lately merits us placing a significant amount of distance between us. So after this conversation, we won't be talking again for a very long time.
You can't make that decision all by yourself. My brother will never let you do that to me.
Actually, he was the one who suggested going no contact with you in the first place. He said he knew that continuing to be around you would only keep causing more pain for me, so it's time to put an end to your sibling relationship. We don't want anything to do with you ever again.
You what? I don't believe you. All of you are scum, you know that? You're just lashing out at me because you're angry at yourself for not being able to keep your daughter from dying. You're so pathetic. You don't want to talk to me anymore? Well, guess what? The feeling is mutual.
Oh, okay. Then it's settled. Goodbye, Anna.
Anna, tell me where you are right now. You knew that we were going to meet today to talk about how things are going to proceed from here. Not only that, but when I got to the house, you had left our son there all by himself. What's wrong with you?
I don't want to hear any complaints from you. I was ready for us to have our talk at the scheduled time. You, however, were 15 minutes late, so I left. I waited 15 minutes longer than I should have, by the way.
I was at work, Anna. You know, the thing you haven't done once since we got married? I tried my best to get home on time. How was I supposed to know you'd leave like that?
What do we even have to talk about? You want to divorce me, right? Okay then, go ahead. Good talk, Cole. Talk to you later.
This isn't that simple. We need to discuss custody, child support, property division, tons of stuff. I can't decide all this stuff by myself.
What do you want, the kid or something? You can have him. It was fun playing with him for a while. Plus, thanks to him, I got a ton of new followers on my Instagram account. But I kind of want to expand my horizons, you know? I want to break out of the mommy sphere and show the people what I can really do. And I have more than enough followers that I can basically take my account in any direction I want.
What are you talking about?
I was super disappointed that the party didn't work out like I planned, but I was still able to take some pretty decent pictures. Now I can tell my followers about how my selfish husband abandoned me and took my son with him. The sympathy likes on that post are going to be off the charts. I might actually gain even more followers by portraying myself as a strong, independent woman who was victimized by her ex-husband. This might be a turning point in my career. Oh, but if you think I'm going to pay you any child support, you've got another thing coming. You're the one who's insisting on taking him from me, aren't you? In exchange for letting you have him, I think you can give me a break on child support.
Fine. If that's what you want, then so be it. And what are you going to tell him about why we're divorcing, huh? When he asks why mommy's going away, what will you say?
I don't know. I'll just make up something that sounds good. Like how mommy doesn't want to leave him, but daddy's being mean and won't let me see him anymore. Oh, that would really cause problems in your relationship, wouldn't it?
For the love of God, Anna! You really have no remorse at all for what you've done, do you?
Not really. Why should I? I'm still young and beautiful. I think I'll be fine without you. I might just move in with my boyfriend like we've been talking about.
I'd be careful about what you say to me, Anna. I don't think you're aware yet of just what sort of position you're in right now. I'm letting you off easy so far. Don't make me change my mind.
Oh no, I'm so scared. What are you gonna do? Cry to my mommy and daddy that I'm being mean to you?
Let's just say I have my options. I've noticed that you've been a bit more peppy than usual lately. I was an idiot to not notice what was going on for so long. It was because you were meeting with your boyfriend, weren't you?
That's right. You were so obsessed with your stupid job that you never paid any attention to me. You were practically asking me to cheat on you. Now that I finally have someone to help me relieve the stress of taking care of a kid 24/7, I feel better than I have in ages.
Good for you. I guess there's nothing more for us to talk about then. I'll have my lawyer draw up the divorce papers tomorrow. It's going to include the agreement we made. I get sole custody and you don't owe child support. You still good with that?
Yep, no objections here.
One last thing. Before this is over, you need to apologize to Connie. She just lost her 6-year-old daughter, and you were mocking her pain the whole time. Do you have any idea how long they've been trying to have a baby? Your brother came to me for support whenever they had a miscarriage, but did you even know about that?
Nope, and I don't really care either.
I'll bet you don't. And then when they finally had the child they always wanted, she was born with a weak immune system. She died at 6 to something that usually just gives kids the sniffles. Meanwhile, you were blessed with a healthy child, and now you're just throwing him aside like last week's trash. Even before that, you never thought of him as your son. He was nothing but an ornament for your Instagram account. And you were bullying Connie into helping you take some stupid pictures of him while she was at her daughter's funeral. Are you aware of what sort of an amoral monster you are?
Do you think I poisoned her kid or something? Look, it's a cruel world and not everyone makes it. I don't see why I should put my life on pause to mourn someone else's child. Frankly, Connie should have known better than to have a child. It was obvious that any kid she managed to have would be just as defective as she is.
Good God. Okay, well, that's just about as much of you as I'm willing to put up with. You are so far beyond redemption that all the holy water in the world wouldn't be enough to cleanse your black heart.
Oh, please, spare me that religious nonsense. This is the real world, Cole, not a fairy tale. All that matters in this world is money and beauty. And my rich, genetically superior parents gave me both. I'm about to start living my best life, and you're gonna be tied down by that kid for the rest of yours.
You really think you've won, huh?
Duh, I know I've won.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Hey, Connie, could I ask you a favor? I need you to hide me.
I thought I was clear when I told you never to contact me again. I'm not interested in participating in your stupid game of hide and seek. Why didn't I block you when I had the chance?
Wait, don't. I'm in serious trouble. My ex-husband Cole screwed me. I don't deserve anything that's happening to me right now.
Let me assure you, Anna, whatever is happening to you right now, not only do you deserve it, you deserve about 10 times more where that came from. Call it karma, divine justice, anything you want. All that's happening is you're finally getting some long overdue comeuppance.
But I don't get it. I gave him what he wanted. I divorced him and gave him the kid. Why is he still holding this sick grudge against me? That creep told my mom and dad about everything. I stopped by my parents' house to ask if my dad would give me some cushy executive position in his company, but he started screaming at me. Now he's telling me that not only won't he give me a job, he's having me sent to a cattle ranch owned by one of his golfing buddies. It's miles from the next town, and the whole place smells like manure all day long. It's blazing hot in the summer, freezing cold in the winter. I'm not a farmer, I'm a city girl.
Yeah, farming is definitely a bit of a step away from being a housewife and posting on Instagram all day.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. After Cole divorced me and kicked me out of the house, I thought I could always rely on my dad, but he's mad at me too. And then there's my boyfriend.
Yeah, I heard about that through the grapevine. The guy you met on the dating app was an employee at your son's daycare? I mean, cheating on your husband is bad enough as it is, but with your own son's teacher? It's all the local moms groups are talking about lately. The school principal fired him as soon as he got wind of it, though, which is relieving. He has more character than you anyway.
I couldn't help but fall for him. He's handsome, kind, strong.
I'll have to ask you to stop right there. I just ate and you're making me nauseous. It seems like your dad thinks you need to spend some time in a place where you can learn the value of hard work, and also to overcome your overactive libido. You're gonna have a hard time having an affair when the only males in a 50-mile radius are cows.
Why couldn't my dad just give me a cushy office job?
Exactly what skills do you have that would be useful in the workplace? All you've done since you've been married is post mediocre pictures on Instagram and cheat on your husband. Even if he gave you a normal position pushing paperwork, your mere presence in the office would cause morale to plummet. Also, from the way things sound, your dad isn't really giving you much of an option. If you want me to hide you, that must mean he's using more, persuasive means to get you to go to that ranch, right?
It wasn't supposed to happen this way. This is the worst. I'm gonna die out there at that ranch. You've got to help me, Connie. You're the only person I can turn to.
If that's true, then you have 0 people you can turn to. Don't worry, though. You won't be lonely anymore. You'll have all the cows on the ranch to keep you company. It looks like Anna pushed her dad a bit too far this time. In the end, though, the people he had sent to persuade Anna to come with them to the ranch were unnecessary. Anna willingly surrendered herself to her fate. After a while, it seems that her time taking care of the cows had actually had an effect on her. To everyone's surprise, she sent letters to me, my husband, and her ex-husband Cole to apologize for what she had put us through. That was a rather unexpected development, but if she genuinely has turned over a new leaf, then good for her. As for me, with my sister-in-law out of my life, things finally quieted down around here. My husband and I decided to set up a charitable foundation to help parents of young children pay for necessary medical treatment. His parents gave us a generous donation to get things started. There's nothing more fulfilling than seeing the look of joy on a parent's face when they get to see their sick children get better. I can't think of any better way to honor our daughter's memory.